Good to have you with us on a Sunday afternoon for basketball here on 2K Sports. And it's Seattle with the ball. Now here's Doncic. Well, Brent, tonight we got a great front court matchup.
Yeah, this is a game, BA, I think that has been circled on the calendar. These guys are competitive, but there are positional rivalries that do exist. And the only way you can measure up is standing across from your opponent. We've got that here tonight. Who's going to get the best of who?
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Tyronn Lue gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. I asked him outright how he planned to deal with Steph Curry. How does anyone deal with him, Coach joked. He went on to say, we'll try to contest every shot and chase him off the arc, but emphasis on try. Not easy to solve a problem with no good solution, I guess, BA.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. And it's Doncic missing. First quarter of play, a minute in. Outside Curry. 5 to shoot. Outside Reed. From behind the arc. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Claxton. Outside Curry. Just 5 to shoot. Claxton with a rebound.
And unlike some other guys, missing a wide open look won't hurt his confidence at all.
Brent, you could hit the three back in your day, and no doubt, Stephen Curry is the best three-point shooter in league history. What makes him so good from deep?
To me, BA, it comes down to the way that Steph goes about his habits in practice. If you ever watch footage of him in pregame warm-ups or in the off-season, there is so much variability in what he does in terms of preparing his feet and hands to shoot the basketball. There's no one that practices the way that Steph does, and there's no one that produces the way that he does either.
Pass to Doncic. And they take the lead. Doncic has got his second basket of the game.
The size and strength of Doncic can go overlooked. I mean, he's more than capable of scoring there in the paint.
Now here's Williamson. Doing some damage on the offensive end, putting up a little over 14 points a game.
1 for 5 out there, but no worries. Just keep attacking.
And Curry's got the ball here for the Wildcats. Trailing by 2. Pass to Williamson. Back to Curry. Seattle pulls it in.
It hasn't been his best quarter. I mean, he's trying to shoot himself out of the slump.
Doncic deciding where to go with it. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Reed with the rebound.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And a deep three from Curry.
Stephen Curry
Sinks it. What range from downtown.
This is why Steph Curry is virtually unguardable. When he's sinking those kind of shots, it just devastates you defensively.
On the wing, Caldwell Pope. Pass to Doncic. Beyond the arc. Drills it from deep. Doncic has got 7 points in the game.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Doncic, no good.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Outside Curry. Outside Reed. It's stolen by Doncic. 1:15 left in the first quarter of the game. For three, Caldwell Pope. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
Pass to O'Neal. Outside Curry. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, trains the 19-footer. He has 7.
This game has been like a seesaw. Both teams going back and forth at one another.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Doncic's shot is good.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Reed. Here's Williamson. Oh, misses the dunk.
Well, you could tell right there he just wanted to go for the jam, but the defense too good and distracting.
Hits the trifecta. Here's Williamson. Oh, what a performance by Luka Doncic. He has been the story for Seattle, hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Seattle.
So far, they've had a lot of success off fast break plays, and they'll probably continue to push the tempo as much as possible.
And they've sort of assumed control of this game with their pressure defensively. They've been into the ball handler. They've done a great job of swarming, so they're creating some turnovers that they're capitalizing on.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
BA, Fred VanVleet said, I've been a leader on pretty much every team that I've ever played for. I'm a leader in life. It's just something you either have or you don't. Something you gotta work at. Some guys will gravitate towards it and some won't. Brian, is it that simple?
Well, I think most of his teammates value what he has to say, for sure. Pass to Curry. Puts up a deep 3. Claxton with a rebound. Seattle leading by 4. Doncic on the wing. Now here's Claxton. Takes a 3. And again, Seattle with a triple.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Pass to Olynyk. Takes the 3. Seattle pulls it in. In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
Well, when Steph gets loose in transition, you know you're going to get burned, so he takes off like a rocket and slams it home.
And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for the Wildcats. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Picked his pocket. Alexander Walker with it. Now guarded by Curry.
The one guy you can't forget about is Doncic. I mean, when he's running the floor, you gotta stay with him.
Curry surveys. The 3 is up. It's rebounded by George.
Well, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. O'Neal on the wing. Uncovered. Doncic pulls down the board. Seattle leading by 7. Caldwell Pope with it. Still no points. Here's Luka. That's his 6th make in 11 tries.
Adds to their lead. They've been able to rely on him all night.
And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Williamson, right side. Oh, Williamson with the throwdown.
And Zion absolutely rocking the rim.
Seattle on offense. That'll be the second and last game of a quick homestand. Doncic outside. Back to Caldwell Pope. To the inside. Oh, Doncic playing above the rim.
And when he puts it all together, look at the kind of night Luka can have. Wow.
Williamson misses.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but looked like plenty of room.
George outside. Pass to Alexander Walker. Here's Carter. And it's slammed in by Carter.
I mean, the second effort from Carter Jr., real nice motor on this guy.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
And here's Curry for 3. That one's in. Coming off a nice dish from Williamson. Looking at lineups around the league, Grant, seems like they're becoming more positionless than ever before.
Yeah, you're spot on, B.A. To the point where some people feel all-star voting shouldn't be by position anymore. It should be by merit.
Not getting old here, seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Oh, Williamson throws it down.
Yeah, so fun to watch him get fancy on any finish. Zion again to the rack.
From deep, here's Doncic. Here's Carter. Kicks it to Doncic. And it's off from 3-point range. Van Vliet with it. Guarded now by George. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
So Seattle going with almost an entirely new group here. Here comes Zion. It goes. He's made 3 shots in 6 attempts.
That's more like it, rounding into form after a very, very difficult first quarter.
Pass to Achua. And here is DeRozan. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
DeMar DeRozan, an impressive scorer who takes relatively few 3-point shots, Grant.
Yeah, the arc is not his primary focus. He'd rather pick you apart in the mid-range, but he does it so consistently that the points pile up quick.
Pass to Curry. Back to Williamson. Clock at 6. Driving inside.
Get out of the way!
Wow!
And how agile was Zion on that dunk?
Here's Goodwin. Outside Carter. Launches a 3. And so that brings the first half to a close. Seattle out in front. They lead by 6. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Back to Curry. Now Williamson. Pass to Van Vliet. Outside Curry. Fires it. Seattle pulls it in. They've led by as many as 11.
And they've just built this lead by attacking the boards.
Alexander Walker with it. Back to Claxton. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Zion Williamson. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul.
Yeah, he tried to gain position, but couldn't quite get there.
And here's Doncic. 15 points in the game. Down low. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to be on Naz Reid.
That's the guy they're going to keep going to, as they should. The lead's only going up if they keep feeding him.
And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for the Wildcats. 9-point game. Pass to Williamson. From the arc. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Williamson's got 11 points.
Zion showing he can get the hands moving too. Quick release on that bucket.
Now Caldwell Pope launches it from deep. The long distance three is buried. Caldwell Pope gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Williamson outside. Outside Curry. For three. It's rebounded by George.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Pass to Claxton. George with it. And the jam by George.
And you can't leave the basket unprotected. Bad things will happen to you.
Yeah, that was just way too easy.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Doncic outside. From downtown. Got it again. That makes him 8 for 15 for the night.
They haven't missed a beat coming out of the locker room. A perfect 4 for 4.
Looking to end the run. Rejected by Claxton. And he gets it back. Williamson looking around. And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
The NBA is focused on the next generation. Commissioner Adam Silver said a lot of top draft picks are incredibly skilled, but that doesn't necessarily translate to being team basketball players. There's an opportunity for us to be more active participants in developing younger players and getting kids active. BA?
One step ahead, Allie. Thanks. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Well, Grant, in terms of scheduling, you see any way to eliminate back-to-backs?
You know, I'm not a big fan of eliminating back-to-backs, but to answer your question, BA, you have two choices. Either fewer regular season games or extend the season by a few weeks. I don't think either one of those options is in our future. And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
Reid. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. Now here's Doncic. He's got 18. And the layup falls. Doncic has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Zion not fazed by the contact.
And he's been terrific tonight, and with a little help from the other guys on the floor, they might be able to turn this game around.
From deep, here's Doncic. And it's Stephen Curry with the rebound.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
2 minutes remaining.
Well, Brent, it's been a blessing to watch Stephen Curry in real time. but he's the kind of player, his highlights will stand the test of time for years.
The best shooter that's ever played the game. Yes, it's been a real treat, BA, to watch all of that happen, but gotta give credit to Steph. The early part of his career, shaky with the injuries, confidence never wavered, and then all of a sudden, behind these magical hands, the game had changed.
From the wing, and it's good. Off the back rim and in. Doncic has got 22 points.
Well, that basket must be widening out right now, and he's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
And here's Curry for three.
Stephen Curry.
That one's in. Coming off a nice dish from Williamson.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Williamson with it. 13 points in the game. Pass to Curry. Outside Reed. Shot clock at 5. Now here's Williamson. Look at Zion showcasing the range.
I just love the ball move. Timeout.
And timeout called by Ty Lue. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Brent, one area where Zion Williamson continues to improve is as a passer.
Well, BA, he's cut down his turnovers while more than doubling his rate of assists. And to me, that's just familiarity, getting on the court more consistently and not being injured. I mean, he's going to build and compound on that experience. So starting to make plays is starting to show for Zion.
And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
They're giving up a lot of points in the paint. That's something they have to address here.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
"35 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Pass to Achua. Stolen by Van Vliet. And here they come. The three from Curry. Achua with the rebound. Seattle leading by 7.
The smart play. Wait and take the final shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
Fast break. Here we go. Here's Curry.
Stephen Curry.
Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. Curry's got 8 points here in the quarter.
Good ball pressure and fast plays like that will tighten this up quick.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Seattle out in front. Up 5.
The visiting team, 39.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Here's Doncic. He takes it in. Yes, it's good. Doncic has got 24.
So creative on the attack. I like whenever Doncic knifes inside and looks to score.
Pass to O'Neal. Outside Curry. 4 on the clock. Here's Reed. O'Neal on the wing. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over. Seattle leading by 7. Left side, Caldwell Pope. Back to Doncic. Pass to Claxton. Fires from deep. O'Neal pulls it in. And it's Williamson with the ball for the Wildcats. And the foul called on Nikhil Alexander Walker. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Williamson with it. Caldwell Pope covering. Basket counts. Williamson's got 10 points here in the second half.
Yeah, Williamson, such a menace inside. It just doesn't matter what the defense is going to do there.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. And here's Claxton. Reed defending. Shot clock at 6. Back to Caldwell Pope. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
That's the way to finish KCP with a show of force at the rim.
To the middle. Here's Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
Stephen Curry.
Not the tallest center in the league. He more than makes up for it with those crazy hops.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Stolen by Van Vliet. And they're running. All the way to the rim. Curry.
Yeah, Curry going coast to coast in no time, so great speed shown on that fast break.
Here's Doncic. Now Caldwell Pope. Back to Doncic. Shot clock at 3. Three-pointer, no good. And the foul called on Nikhil Alexander Walker. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's Williamson.
Oh, man, just
Gets
taking it down.
Nice.
That's spectacular. Well, there's no I in team, but there is an I in Zion, and I see him getting it done.
He shoots. Offensive rebound. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Second personal foul.
It's on Stephen Curry.
Team foul.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
2 shots.
So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Boy, the offense has been on point.
They have great timing and great communication. So hard to get stops against them. And this just one foul now away from the penalty.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
During that last break, Coach Tyronn Lue had some advice for the team. He was very passionately telling his team, don't give them an inch when they have the ball. This game is going to come down to defense. I need you guys to work hard and close this one out. Guys?
Appreciate the report, Allie.
Dodge Reed.
Oh, couldn't have asked for a more hotly contested game.
These teams have swapped the lead 8 times. I believe it's coming down to the wire.
To the paint. Kicks it to Doncic. Screen by Claxton. Fires the 3. Oh, Doncic from way out there.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
Pass to Reed. Here's Curry. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. Curry's gotten 4 this quarter.
And none better, Steph stepping up. What a great feel for the moment. Steph Curry. Bingo.
They set the screen. Now George. Covered by Williamson. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williamson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Inside. Here's Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Now with KCP's improved scoring, defenders are taking note of him and leaving his teammates wide open.
Reed sets a screen to the paint. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry.
Zero rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
And we've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter. Doncic outside. 5 on the clock. To the middle. Here's Claxton.
You know, the instincts of Luka Doncic are second to none. Such a natural playmaker.
Picked by Williamson. The three from Curry. Oh, the trifecta!
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
There's a screen. Pass to Alexander Walker. Back to Doncic. Money!
Clutch play by Doncic. He's been doing this since he was a kid.
And Curry's got the ball here for the Wildcats. Here's Williamson. He's guarded by Claxton. Back to Curry. Jacks up a three. Sinks the tray.
You know he's going to have the ball, and then you feel he's going to come through. He did it there.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. What's the best strategy for him?
A chance to tie it up here.
Well, they just need a solid play right now, and Coach going through his index cards to find one to get something going.
So both teams making some changes here. We've got 22 seconds left in the game. Down low. Here's DeRozan. Yes!
Oh, a seasoned veteran with lots of scoring moves. You can usually count on DeRozan to convert in the clutch.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. Teams deciding to change it up.
Substitution on the court.
17 seconds left to the fourth. And here's Williamson. Outside Curry. Let's go with a three. The three won't fall. Time expires. We're going to overtime. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a minute. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this game. Here we go. To the inside. Here's Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Oh, what great action we've seen tonight. Hard to imagine a more entertaining game.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
First team foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Now here's Williamson. Van Vliet on the wing. And here's Curry for three. Oh, Curry! A sick triple!
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Here's Doncic. Oh, the bucket's good, and he'll have a chance at one more. It goes on Fred Van Vliet.
And going right through the contact, Luka has tremendous strength, especially for a guy who handles the ball so much.
And not the guy that you want to put at the line in these moments. He's not missing these.
Yeah, they've been pretty careless so far, racking up a number of fouls in very little time.
Curry draws the double. Up top, Reed. Back to Curry. To the middle. Here's Williamson. And Williamson throws it down.
So awesome to see Zion healthy and showing off that elite athleticism.
And Claxton throws it down.
That is all timing right there. Just led him perfectly.
Let's find out the news on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Allie, what's the update?
Thanks. I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Seattle, and he told me that after his initial exam, it doesn't appear to be anything major. And in this crucial time of the season, any injury can have a major impact on a team. We'll have to make some immediate adjustments, guys.
All right, that's good intel. We've definitely been thinking of him, and now we have some more clarity, guys.
Yeah, they now have all the information they need in order to determine the next steps.
Everybody wishing the best for him. We all know how badly he wants to be out there playing alongside his teammates and competing.
And so Curry will bring it up for the Wildcats. They lead by 1. Williamson outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Down low. Seattle pulls it in. 54 seconds left in the first overtime period.
So reliable with the ball in his hands. Caldwell Pope wanted that shot, and he got it.
Outside Curry. Picked by Williamson. Curry with it. From deep three-point land. Claxton with a rebound.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Money!
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well enhanced.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
And that's an intentional foul.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
Fred Van Vliet.
So the first one drops, and that'll put him up 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Well, important there to have the 3-point lead because only a 3 can tie it up now.
And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. All right, thoughts on what coach is going to do here?
So hard to get a clean look from distance in this situation because everybody knows that's the shot they need. So the defense is smothering the perimeter with everyone they have.
Three-pointer, O'Neal. No good. So we see Seattle get the win here. They escape with the W, even though they needed a few extra minutes to pull it off.
And both teams get